You want to start a business and you have no capital, you have no fancy equipment, no connections. Guess what? That is not an excuse anymore. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can start a profitable business with little money or with absolutely no money at all. Hello, I'm Phiri from Phiri Marketing Aspects, where we help ambitious entrepreneurs like you turn their ideas into profitable and successful businesses. If you are looking to start to scale and also run a successful business, please do subscribe and follow this channel on a week-to-week basis, where we give you tips on how you can do precisely that. The first step that you can take if you are ever to run a business on absolutely a very little expense budget is to start with what you know. Always start with what you know. Now, the key with starting with what you know, it means that you basically are providing a solution to someone who is willing to pay for it. You've got an idea or you have a skill that someone else will be willing to pay for. For instance, if you are good with braiding, then you can start a mobile hair business. Or if you are good with social media, and then do some freelancing for businesses close to you or to some other solopreneur or someone else, so that you can get the experience that you need and also get paid in the process. Now, there is a skill that you have. There's something that you're good at. Always this is the beginning or the seed to a very successful business. A lot of people wait for something fancy and for something big, or maybe they wait to invest so that they can go to entrepreneur school or college and do this and that. Yet you have the solution right there with you right now. Look for that particular skill. Look, do some introspection. Check what is it that you can do better than anyone else. Then if there is something like that, then look for someone else who needs the skill and who's willing to pay for it. Then that becomes the birth of your very own business. The second step is to start lean and local. Okay, now a lot of people obviously are caught in the trap where they think that for you to start a business, you need a fancy logo, you need a website, you need this and that, you need an office with a big table and all of those other external things that you need. Now, always this is a lie, because for you to start, it means that you need to think lean. Always think lean. There are so many tools that you can have access to. For instance, you can use a WhatsApp business. Now, this will give you a professional look to your business without you having all those other tools such as a website and so forth. You can also use a free tool such as Canva to create graphics for your business. Now, if you're using such graphics, who will know that you used a free tool? Obviously, what you produce can easily compete with those that even have a graphics team, because those graphics already are done by professionals, and then you are tailoring them to suit what you're doing, either your product or your service offering. Already that gives you a professional look. Think about offering services in your neighborhood. Talk to local businesses where the servicing of such businesses is going to be at a very, very minimum cost. And as much as possible, this will get you ahead and will give you traction and build your business towards a successful business venture. The third step is to leverage free platforms to get clients. Now, there are a lot of free platforms out there. Now, what you need to do then, you can start now. Already, where you are right now, you put access to marketing tools. In your pocket, you've got a phone, and that phone can connect you to social media. You have access to Instagram, to Facebook, Marketplace, and to other so many social media platforms out there where you can put content and grow your business organically without paying or incurring any additional cost. Now, if you do this well, then you can have a customer acquisition a plan and system in place that will generate you a fresh and exciting customers every time, and this will cause your business to earn, and as you earn, you grow your business with as minimal expense as possible. I think the trick here is not to focus on going viral, but rather to focus on a few clients, even 5 or 10 people that follow you and that can turn into your customers. Now, I had a client like that who was looking at being viral or looking at how many followers they had. Now, this does not really guarantee you any sales at all. Now, the number of followers does not mean that those translate to sales. You could have a big following and not have a single sale. What you then need to do is you need to segment your market properly. Now, a lot of people are chasing those followership numbers. They are focusing on going viral, but in the midst of all that, there is not a single paying customer. Now, this is worrying, especially if we're talking from a business perspective, where one of the main objectives of a business is to sell. And as you sell, then you earn revenues. So if your content is being viewed by people who are just liking what you're putting out there and not translating into qualified leads, then you've got a problem right there. So it means that you have targeted a wrong audience for your product or for your service. Then the fourth step that you need to do is then you can now focus on pre-selling. Now, when you're pre-selling, you're basically trying to lock in clients before the actual selling process takes place. You can look at maybe having a pre-order campaign where customers order in advance for a particular product. Now, this will generate as many leads and close as many sales as possible. Or you can have a campaign where early bird purchasers are given a discount. Now, you want as many people to adopt the product or the service at its inception or as early as possible. Now, this gives your product better traction in the marketplace if you've got a lot of early adopters of that product. And especially if the product does what it's supposed to do in terms of satisfying that particular need that they are targeting with the product, then you have a lot of referrals where people are now speaking about the product. And then this will cause an exponential growth in sales, because now you have ambassadors for the product, which are basically your customers becoming loyal and are spreading the word out there about your product. Now, this is marketing, but at the lowest cost possible. Another thing that you can also try is to get payment upfront. Now, if you are getting paid upfront, it means that you are making the customer take some of the cost of providing for that particular product. Now, there are a lot of people that have done this, especially if they're creating new ideas. Now, think of the Cybertruck when Elon Musk was about to go to market with the Cybertruck. A lot of people went into the waiting list. Now, into the waiting list, they had to pay a certain amount. And that is the money that was used to even produce those particular trucks. That's the seed money for the venture was created and was collected from the clients themselves and the market showing interest into the product through paying for the product upfront. A lot of organizations do that. You could also try doing that. But the key here and then is to be very trustworthy, because now that you have taken people's money, you need to always make sure that you will create a product that will suit them, and you're going to be faithful in the handling those particular finances. Step 5 is to apply for starter grants or any other micro lending or micro loans. If you've validated your idea, you can now pitch the idea to funders. You can get involved in local competition or places where you are pitching those particular ideas. Or you can even pitch at on particular platforms. In South Africa, you've got CEDA, all right, where small enterprises are particularly focused on by the Small Enterprise Development Agency, which deals specifically with SMMEs. Now, you can look at platforms like that or look for other micro lending opportunities. It could be a commercial bank, it could be any other financier out there willing to fund. But one thing that you must remember is that funders are looking for a business that has traction already. Show them that your idea already has traction, that you have already convinced customers about the particular product, and you are in a position to grow. You have the resources in terms of processes, in terms of ideas, in terms of the skills, the know-hows to scale your business and make it a prosperous one. Step 6 is to reinvest in the business, not in the lifestyle. Now, the first and most important thing that a lot of entrepreneurs will do, and this is common. Now, you are not used to money yet. Once money comes and it comes, seems like it's huge. The biggest mistake that you make is to invest in your lifestyle. Getting a big payment is not a license to spend lavishly on other things. The first and most important thing that you must be doing is to spend on the business. Reinvest some of the money, some of the profits in getting better tools, in getting better equipment, in making sure that you've got systems and processes, or even having extra hands to work in the business. Or you can even pay freelancers to make sure that they take care of those mundane tasks that gets in the way of your workflow. In doing so, now you're making the system more leaner and you're making your processes more smoother and more faster. This will make your business even more productive. Okay, now you know it's 100% possible for you to start a business on almost nothing or on as little money as possible. So let's start working. If you're interested, please download my free guide on 5 low-cost business ideas that you can start today. Now it's free. You can find the link down below. Please give a comment and tell us exactly which of the 5 are you going to be starting very soon, or what business have you started in the near past where you used as little money as possible, or you started on zero and you have grown that business, or what idea are you thinking of embarking on? Please leave a comment down below and tell us exactly how you plan to do that. Share your ideas and let us grow this discussion on this channel. I'm really interested to hear from you. We'll read each and every comment that you guys send through. Don't forget to download the free guide. Otherwise, thank you so much for contributing and supporting this channel. Do like, share, as well as subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. This is results-oriented preparation. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.